I know there's a lot of people out there who dislike excessive AI use, and I generally agree with that, but it is hilarious to see so many people melting down over character redesigns. And over the past couple of months, we've seen a lot of people doing this, making ugly females attractive, making male characters way more hunky and way less soy. And there are just so many activists who are triggered over this. And hey, they want attention, and I'm gonna give it to them. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I've done a couple of videos like this at this point, and while we aren't seeing, video game journalists putting up all of these major hit pieces and insane new situations, every single time one of these types of posts and redesigns goes up on a platform like X, there are so many people who attack the person that made the post, who demand they delete it, who say that you are a terrible person for just wanting attractive characters in your video games. And I feel like it's my duty to highlight it as much as possible so that we can upset as many people as possible, because these individuals that are getting so mad, they are hacks. They are losers. They are activists, and they are not people who actually care about video games and these characters. And well, they are going to love Sony's new AI where the game plays itself for you. But I love that this is happening because it just shows how irrelevant these lunatic leftists are becoming. And so they are becoming way more unhinged. They can now not deal with the fact that there are gamers who are taking 30 seconds to edit a character and make them more attractive. Like, how insane do you have to be that upset over this situation? We're not talking about this final design, like making it into a new game or an existing character being altered and then somebody is like making a new product with that version. We're just talking about like fan edits. I don't see these journos freaking out every time someone makes a fan art of a character. This is the equivalent. And well, they are just very angry to see that gamers are pointing out what they like and what they dislike, and that 9 times out of 10 gamers absolutely hate the modern designs that are in new titles. And we have examples from games like Concord, games like Dragon Age the Veilguard, games like Hellblade, Senua's Saga, and well, I think it's great. So this person, Celestial Flea, said, I asked ChatGPT to make her more beautiful. Maybe that's all studios need to do to avoid huge flops, layoffs, and closures. Might not save games like Concord, but it sure as hell retain some interest. And I do think that attractive characters are important, whether those are hunky masculine men or very feminine, sexy women. And I don't think every character needs to be a 10 out of 10 bombshell. But if you look at a game like Concord, one of the major reasons it started facing backlash initially were the pronouns, were the ugly character designs, were the androgynous characters. Really, yes, aesthetics do matter a lot. Do aesthetics completely ruin a game to the point where you can't play it at all and you can't have fun? No, but you do need something that is easy to market, and typically that is with good looking combat and flashy character designs and awesome skins. And a game like Concord had literally nothing going for it at all whatsoever. I asked ChatGPT to make her beautiful, and it's a redesign of Tati Gabrielle, who, by the way, has looked pretty feminine in other forms of media. In TV shows, she has had, long wigs before and a little bit of makeup, and I don't think that she's the ugliest woman, but at the same time, you can tell that they intentionally made her look more butch in Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, judging by the clothing she's wearing, the tattoos, the shaved head, also her demeanor. It's just terrible. And while, again, this game might come out and it might still be fun, this is a big problem. It's something that people do not like. Smash JT has also made a lot of posts on this, like I asked ChatGPT to make her more beautiful. One of the posts that got a lot of attention was Ghost of Yotei. If you click on this, there were people saying, oh my gosh, are you still coping with the fact that Ghost of Yotei was successful, even though they just lost one of their co-founders? And well, when you lose a studio lead, that generally means that it wasn't extremely successful. But look at all of these meltdowns. Holy fucking spree of rent due posts. I guarantee that guy's still a virgin yet, even though he's got kids and a wife, and you are probably the one who is a virgin. Joining in on the fun too, here's another really great redesign, in my opinion. Dude bro really needs his virtual girlfriends to look good, huh? So yeah, if you want your characters to look cool in games now, you are called a virgin, you're called an incel, you're called a loser. Hell, on the internet, multiple times a week, I'm constantly told that my internalized misogyny is showing that that's why I criticize ugly looking characters in video games and I'm a pick me simply because I have very strong opinions on the industry. There are people who constantly yell at me going, oh my god, you're always so angry and you're such a loser, and why is it that you can't enjoy anything? I do enjoy plenty. I stream 30 hours a week on this channel. I stream video games all the time. I love entertainment. I love reading. I love these things, but I also don't want to sit here and just let activists ruin this industry. Here's a new post by Smash JT. It is Senua from Hellblade Senua Saga, and this one has really upset the snowflake, saying things like, bro, it's 2026. Let's this go. I'll say it again. You never cared about games nor history. You only want porn. How is it porn to have a pretty character in a video game? What kind of argument is that? When will you stop being misogynistic? You're supposed to have a wife and kids, and this is how you act? Man, your mother didn't raise you right all. Yeah, again, it's not misogynistic to look at a fictional character and say, I think that they could have a slightly better design. They're also going as far as to call Smash AT a predator. Man, oh man, it is really pathetic the lengths that these people will go to try to prove themselves right and say that you are wrong for criticizing the designs that are in modern titles. So, yeah, I will be keeping my eye on this, but I think it's hilarious to constantly call these people out because they get so bothered so easily. And really, I like highlighting the problem with these people and how they get bothered by these smallest things and want any enjoyment you might get from video games ripped away from you because they view you as a toxic man, and then they'll call you a incel and a virgin and a loser, and really, they are projecting. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.